Everybody, John Collins here, partnering with Parkbench to bring you news and events and businesses around Pacific Beach. And I'm sitting here today with an entrepreneur and businessman and artist here locally, Thane Youngman. Thanks for joining me, man.
Our pleasure.
We are at Gallery at Land's End, one of his businesses, and we're going to be talking about that today and hinting at some of his other things that we'll bring you at another time. But really excited to share a really cool and unique and super local spot for you to come check out here in Pacific Beach. Thane, again, thank you. First and foremost, you do a few different things here. Give me a description of the business.
Yeah, the Gallery at Land's End has been a brick and mortar business in North Pacific Beach for working on 50 years now. I bought the business from the original owners 10 years ago. Worked here for a couple of years before that. We do high quality custom picture framing, and we have a curated section of locally handcrafted gifts.
I saw that, and they are very unique. And you said a lot of those are made right here in.
Yeah, it's one of the things that people really like about the business is our ability to talk about the different artists that are making things, the different crafters. People think it's pretty cool that I can say Sally from down the street makes this handmade crochet piece.
Sure.
And it gives it a little extra flair compared to buying something on Amazon.
Absolutely. Yeah, unique and local.
Yeah.
What got you into the business? I know you said it's been here for decades.
Yeah.
You haven't owned it the whole time, obviously.
No, so I bought the business from the original owners, mom and pop shop. I had worked for them for a couple of years. Was pretty sure that working 3 blocks from the ocean was a good choice.
Right.
It was actually just as the recession was coming up, things were not looking so great, and I thought, I can be my own boss. I can take control of whatever I need to take control of, and I just went for it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you find people gravitate to most? What brings them in the door, and what keeps them coming back?
Yeah, so one of the great things about buying an established business, especially a kind of small section, we're serving a smaller population when we're doing custom picture framing. Buying an established business let me have that built-in clientele that I didn't need to go out and get myself. So we had really good name brand recognition from over 40 years of the previous owners working. Mm-hmm. Then I'd worked under them. I'd built a rapport kind of with some of our clients and people, off the street that we work with, kind of led us to having the ability to stay open through the recession, mm-hmm. And then kind of gain traction as we came out of it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've got an amazing spot here. I don't know if we actually mentioned it, but right on the corner.
Right on the corner of Cass and Loring in North PB. It's an amazing spot. We've got great local coffee shops. We get a lot of foot traffic. North PB is kind of where I envision kind of more localized businesses being compared mm-hmm. to maybe down on the boardwalk or what you're going to get on Garnett. Not that there aren't great businesses down there, but here, we're curated. We're trying to work with local people.
Absolutely, and as a North PB resident as well, you're right. Everybody comes down and they get funneled down Garnett, and they see those businesses, and they don't always work their way up a few blocks into this North Ave and find all these cool spots that are frequented a lot more by locals.
We see a lot more people, though. The people that we actually really get are people who are one-off of people who live here. Mm-hmm. So a lot of families visiting people who already live here, mm-hmm. or moms and dads that say, oh, we've got the day off because we're visiting our son who lives here, and we've been wandering around the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And they're really fun to talk to. It's really cool.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Very nice. What is something that maybe most people, even some of your clients, might not know about the business that you'd like them to know, and or plans coming up that you want people to be aware of?
Yeah. That custom picture framing is the thing you should be interested in.
Yeah.
Honestly, the framing community, framing is an expensive task, but it's something that you want to do once and you want to do it right. Mm. So a lot of people are really engaged when I say, hey, I'm a custom picture framer by trade. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that people don't really consider being an occupation until they realize that they need somebody to do it.
Right.
Between the 4 of us that work here in the business right now, we have around 75 years of experience.
Oh, wow.
Framing. So we really know what we're doing. And we work with everybody from the surfer who came back from Mexico with a $5 something that he found on the street to a couple of really high-end galleries up in La Jolla.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we work for large corporations and we work for the people that come right in.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And pivoting a little bit to entrepreneurship in general, what spurred you into being your own boss? And I know you said it's kind of the prevailing winds pre-recession had something to do with it, but did you have a business education background, or what got you to
I guess I actually kind of have a fun story. I'm originally from back east, upstate New York, and kind of without knowing it, was probably going to be an entrepreneur no matter what. I actually read, one of my family members told me I come from a large extended family, that only 4 of my 25 cousins work not for themselves.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in the blood.
It's just completely in the blood.
That's interesting.
And just kind of fell into my lap. I won't lie. There was a lot of luck in being, being in the right place at the right time to find a business that you can call your own and that is available to you. But also knowing when that opportunity is knocking on your door and going out and grabbing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's certainly not all luck. A lesson that you've learned, maybe a big surprise about being in business for yourself that you didn't anticipate?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, just in our 10 or 12 years that I've owned the business or kind of thought I was possibly going to maybe try to take it over, we've gone from you buy 1 Yellow Pages ad a year and that is your advertising scheme and your brand, to now we are managing 3 or 4 different social media presences. All this stuff has really changed a lot, and you've seen Yelp come and go, all these kind of different things. As far as marketing yourself, it's an evolutionary thing.
Yeah, and not only has it changed, but with those social media platforms, it changes every day.
Every day.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, before we wrap things up, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to give a shout out to your favorite spots here in PB, whether it's a business or just something you love to do.
Yeah.
What gets you
I'm
going
lucky
in the
enough to live in the community. I get to ride my bike to work every day. Luckily for me, that's actually probably one of my only times where I get to exercise, having 2 kids at home to keep me as busy as
I can't relate.
So I get to cruise the neighborhood whenever I want, which is really great. I get to stop at Leilani's and bring food home if I need to. Nice. I can catch the ocean. I can head straight down to see the water and check the break. It's a great little community.
It is.
I've been here for exactly 13 years, and I feel like our community has kind of grown up and grown with me. I love the kind of moving forward attitude that we have.
I totally know what you mean about kind of growing up together. I think back to my first days in PB 15 plus years ago.
Yeah.
And I do feel like a lot's changed for both of us.
The community still fits you, though, which is amazing. And it's one of my favorite things about this community. We've got a big bay window here that faces out to a parking lot in a really busy street. And I like to say that any day I can walk up to my business and they can be a Tesla and a golf cart parked out front. And there can be 2 guys chatting in front of them. And one of the cool things about North PB is you don't know which guy owns which.
Yeah.
And they can just be casually talking about anything.
That's the truth. That's really cool.
Yeah.
One last question. And it may seem obvious, but I'm always interested to hear people's answers because they're never as kind of cut and dried as I think they're going to be. What's important about shopping local, and what does that mean to you as a local business owner?
Yeah, I mean, it's there can be easy answers. I live in the community, so for every dollar that you spend here, whatever I get to take home, you think that way. Then also think back that the people that are our landlords are actually locally based, and we employ 3 different locally based employees. That's where all the money is going, and it's getting reinvested. And on top of that, when you buy a gift here, 45% of it's going right back to the maker that made it, based here in San Diego or Pacific Beach.
Yeah, and I mean, you alluded to it before, even the large brick and mortar stores are seeing a lot of their business siphoned away by online stuff, and to be able to walk in and see the gifts that I'm looking at here and know that they were made here and that the money is staying here really is a terrific feeling. So.
A lot of people walk out saying, oh, it's like Etsy, but you get to pick things up and touch them and you know that it's made in your own backyard.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Thane, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. everybody, again, gallery at Land's End here in North PB. Come check it out, please. All the details will be in the company profile. Appreciate you joining us and sticking with us. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.